All right.
All right, everybody relax.
Yeah, that's it. Steve.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. That's
You need a
mostly
beer to
whiskey.
Is it a bad
Episode
pour?
20.
I mean
From
rum.
the beginning?
It's mostly rum.
I'm ass kissing tonight.
Oh, you wear? Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Neat. I like that one. That one's one of my favorite ones.
This one is my favorite one.
I'm not trying to like, toot my own horn or anything, but I've got some decent merch, you guys.
Legitly, this is my favorite shirt. My wife hates it.
It's a good one. It's probably the best one.
You know, if you think about it, you've clothed a good portion of the world, like between the bright light shirts.
Enough, yeah,
And-
yeah, totally.
I almost wore a bright light shirt tonight.
I've probably clothed more people at the local thrift shop than I have actual bright lighters, but that's beside the point.
You clothed half of Guardian Con.
Whether or not they went to thrift shops or
Oh,
not, we
shit.
don't know. But-
That's true. Let's play some music. Change my alert package. Good day. Episode 20, you guys. We're on episode 20 right now.
Episode 20. Wow.
Good
Road
day
to
to
40.
you.
Wow.
Good day.
Good
Good
day.
day.
sir.
I
Good
say
day, sir.
good day.
Oh, hold on.
I said good day.
Okay. Just play the
Good
music.
day, sir.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to fucking tell you. Jiminy Christmas. I've got my Metro alerts playing right now.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need.
He's just going off. I'm radioactive.
It's a dog eat dog world right now.
Shit, man. Those guys destroyed me today as well. Like I was not prepared for it.
What happened?
The fucking dogs in Metro just like
Oh,
ate every bullet I had and just kept coming.
You revisited Metro today?
I was just farting around because there's a DLC that I hadn't played yet called Sam's Story. It's like the only American guy in the game has like his own special DLC, and I wanted to play it, but then I was like, I forgot to download it, so I just kind of just played some of the game. Also, nice monocle. Digging that.
That
I
is
learned
one nice
how to-
monocle.
I learned how to wear it, raise my eyebrows, and not drop it.
Nice.
Oh.
You actually look smarter right now, which is weird. Because that's probably the dumbest thing you've ever put on your face, but
Wow.
Beard. It's the
Wow.
The dumbest.
the dumbest thing that's ever been on your face is still on your face right now.
I can't. I'm not shaving my beard. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, don't do it.
This thing is dirty as hell. I think Jackson was playing with it.
Oh. There he is. There's my dude.
Got Cheeto fingers.
All right. There's a way to do this.
If I'm a noob streamer and I want to host the Sneak Thief right now, because that's what all good friendly streamers do, what button do I push on Twitch?
Well, you got to go to your channel. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this. You got to go to your channel and go to your chat.
Oh, no.
And then type in your channel on your chat. You need to be /host, a space, and then who you want to host.
Okay, so forget that anyways. Welcome to Show Money.
How stupid is that? It used to be on the video player. You used to be able
No,
just to
you
click
have-
on the video player and then click host.
No, that's an extension, a browser extension you have to install on Chrome.
It is now, but that's not what it used to be. It used to be you just like roll into someone's channel and host from there.
Whenever you're watching on mobile, you can hit the share button, and I think it has host on it.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
It does. It does.
That is correct.
there you go.
But why is it so damn hard on the computer?
Yeah, why is it on mobile? Yeah.
But why does mobile cost $1 more to subscribe?
What?
I didn't
Mobile
realize
costs
that
$1
shit.
more to subscribe.
Well, see, that's how they weed out the idiots. Did
This
you
idiot paid $5.99
gonna
to
say,
subscribe to you.
Did you fall
Okay.
prey to that?
To
friend?
subscribe to you. So go fuck
Whew,
yourself.
thank you for not giving me that extra $1. Hey, thanks, Steve. You figured it out. Figured it
Mobile,
out.
baby. Figure it out, eh?
Yeah. Using your phone helps a lot as a streamer. I don't know how many streamers like talk about it or not, but my phone is probably the #1 thing that helps me stay organized when I'm in the middle of all these technology fucking bullshits. It's like my little fucking phone's like in the middle of everything.
Mobile's the way to go.
Just you're just used to using it. We have a fuck ton of topics tonight. I don't know if we're gonna get to it all within an hour, and I don't know where Nick is at. I thought maybe he would be here, but he is not here.
Nerd currently out on assignment. He is working towards some topics for next week's show.
There you go.
That's what he-
One of the topics tonight was his topic, so I'm going to skip it and talk about it next time. If he shows up or whatever, we can jump into it. The very first thing is one that I want to be. Let's lead with a positive, right?
Yes.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right?
Yes.
I have not
Yes.
seen the ad for it yet. I need to.
You definitely do.
I
But
haven't seen the video, but
there's gonna be a gameplay reveal next week when they do the Xbox Series X stuff. So that'll be one of the games that they demo on the Series X next week. I think it's
But-
the 7th. Could be wrong.
just looking at the picture,
Yeah.
and they have a little like motion to it and shit. I'm sold.
Well,
But
so
I like the Assassin's Creed games.
you can play as a guy or a girl again. They have a Viking shield maiden that you can play as. And they said that the game starts in Norway, but that you create a base in England, and then that is kind of your foothold into like the open world. You can go back and visit Norway at any point in time, but that's where it starts, and it's kind of like they have a more of an RPG element than a lot of the other Assassin's Creed games have. At least that's what I'm
And
reading.
Start off with a positive and then talk about this could be one of the first games that make you say, I gotta buy the next gen.
I mean,
because
what was the PlayStation game that they showed? What was
for
that?
PS4,
Godfall?
You mean?
Godfall?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what Godfall is.
No,
They also
I have no
showed
idea.
they showed some gameplay for what? Senua's Sacrifice? Didn't they do that one too?
Mhm. Yeah.
Senua's Sacrifice 2, wasn't it?
I haven't seen any of this.
Yeah, I heard Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that was all I heard.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm super stoked because there are a lot of things about it that are right up my alley. It's a medieval game, which I think is neat. They've done quite a few different kind of sections of history, and this is the first time that you really get like the Anglo-Saxon world. It's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Super neat. And Cand already looks like a Viking, so he needs to do some cosplay for us, I think.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
What am I
I
gonna
think
do?
you
Like
can-
braid my entire beard?
I think you can pull off Viking too.
I might be just right for a Viking ship. You may be able to sail me across the ocean.
Like as the
Climb on your back and let's start.
Just start
paddling.
fucking paddling, boys. We'll get there. It looks like a great game. We've been saying it pretty much steady for the last couple years. Like Ubisoft is fucking nailing it, and they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, you and I, Sneak, have had this conversation a handful of times. I think Far Cry 5 was the thing that really got us going. Hey, man, fucking Ubi's doing some stuff right now.
For real.
And they don't seem to be slowing down. I think it really benefited them. And for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed. I mean, shit,
I am too.
but shit, I got the ink there. I think it really benefited them when they moved away from making a yearly release out of Assassin's Creed. once they got to where they had a longer development cycle, you really started to see improvement in the games with Syndicate, and then Origins and Odyssey, and I think that longer development cycle has really gone a long way to produce a better Assassin's Creed game, which is why one of the reasons I think the Far Cry games were always so good. From 5, New Dawn, 4, even personally, I really loved Far Cry Primal.
I just bought Primal, actually.
They have more of your standard development cycle that they weren't, churning them out on a yearly basis like Assassin's Creed was.
Right on. Do you think that they have they have a crew for every game, probably, right? And then each game crew probably divides down into smaller crews or whatever, but
yeah, you'll see, and it's cruising. You'll see some of them are made in UB Montreal or UB here, whatever studio they have working on those games. So your Assassin's Creed guys aren't your Far Cry guys.
But I was just gonna say, I feel like they're learning. Like a lot of these teams are either maybe trading members here and there or whatever, but they're obviously working together as far as finding out what works.
Well, I don't think each individual game within a franchise has its own unique team. I think some of them might, but I think for the sake of just having that continuity and people who are familiar with what you're trying to do, I would imagine that there's a lot of the same people on each game.
Probably. I mean,
that would make sense to me.
I mean, there's probably teams that do environment, and the teams that do weather.
Right, characters, and each thing has its own people.
Well, you can even trace that back to an Assassin's Creed 3 when you were able to take the ship across the lake there, and those mechanics, and then that they took that into Black Flag, and they took it even further. And that,
Black
I think,
Flag was one of my favorites.
That's a turning point for them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think
it kind of was.
Able to control the ship and the battle that allowed, I think was a huge turning point.
That is full control of the battle.
Yeah.
There's no other way about it.
Because previously you would just be playing a small part where you're kind of sneakily on the sidelines doing little things here and there while the rest of this big story was happening, but they kind of put you in that driver's seat at that point, and that kind of is where I feel where their RPG element started to build more and more into the Assassin's Creed IP. Because
I think it was really more because you started to see a shift in how combat was handled and branching skill trees. I think that really started around Unity, and then which was dog shit, but that's all right.
Unity had its good points, though. I mean, you were able to.
Yeah, when it was over and you didn't have to play it anymore. That was the good point of Unity. But Syndicate turned it around, and then the RPG thing really, really kicked in hardcore with Origins.
Yeah.
The best game out of the entire series, I thought, perfectly balanced for everything for me, and that's only because I haven't played Odyssey or Origins yet, is Assassin's Creed 3.
3 is the one that
Three is my favorite.
3
Same.
is my favorite.
Yeah.
Not only do you have the ship battle, but you have the Assassin's Creed storylines.
Mm-hmm.
I just love being in
Culmination
colonial
of all
America was
three of
awesome.
The culmination of 1 and 2 ending with 3.
And then
And
running
if you
along
guys-
tree lines and shit, when you
Story
were
of Desmond
Yeah.
Miles is amazing.
good game.
If you guys haven't played Rogue yet, Rogue is very, very underrated as an Assassin's Creed title. I loved Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Nice. For those of you out there who have not been playing Assassin's Creed titles, you could probably get into Assassin's Creed by playing 3 first, and then trying any of the modern ones. Steve, which one are you playing right now? Didn't you say you're going to get through Origins?
Origins, which I bought 2 years ago, that I finally picked up this month. Thank you, pandemic. And yeah, I have to finish that before I go to Odyssey because I believe they ramped up the RPG in Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey-
Very much so.
I'm probably
To
going
the
to start
point where
Odyssey soon.
I would never go back to Origins. Is my concern.
Right.
If I did that. So.
You would skip over it.
And then I was worried that Valhalla was coming out in September or something, and I really was feeling the grind. And luckily, they want me to buy a next-gen console and then play it for Christmas. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Next gen aren't due out this year, are they?
Yeah, by
Yes.
holiday this year.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Series X they'll both be holiday. Yeah, I'm thinking probably November.
Nah, probably
Which
Christmas.
one do I want to buy? PlayStation 5 or the Xbox One or the
I'm
Xbox
going on
whatever.
Xbox. That's not even a question.
I'm getting the Xbox
Not
too.
even a debate.
Already kind of have it coming.
I've always, when a new system comes out, the first one I've always bought was a PlayStation.
Well, break the mold today, bud. Valhalla, though, we're all looking forward to it. I can't wait. I don't know if they're going to do any sort of co-op. I have no idea what they have planned.
I doubt it.
Right, they
Yeah.
usually don't. They usually don't have anything like that. It's all single player stuff. But
They had one that
who
was
knows?
multiplayer. I don't remember which
Yeah,
one.
they had some
Was that
multiplayer in some of the
Syndicate?
earlier ones.
Was that Syndicate? That was
think- I
almost all
think-
multiplayer.
I
Unity.
think
That's
Unity
what it was,
had
yeah.
a bunch of multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
we'll see what happens.
Unity is whenever they had the 4-player, you could
Yeah.
run big missions,
Mhm.
like fortresses, and then I want to say, I mean, they had the like head-to-head, like the versus online. That was back in Brotherhood and on up.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Creed 2 is free for PC. While we were chatting, I just started the download. So.
Nice.
Well, I'll forget this shit if I don't do it now. So.
Yep.
It's nice that you're embracing the PC master race.
Also, I don't know,
I'm just
like,
collecting.
you know, where you guys are from, but like a little notebook right next to where you like do your stuff at.
Yeah, we don't have those where I'm from.
Fucking neat.
No.
Yeah, I still have my notes from last week where I wrote down
I
modest
have-
mouth and different shit.
I have a collection of places to put notes that aren't on paper because I write enough notes at work. So
I thought you cooked.
type
for a
everything
living.
up throughout the day.
Hmm.
But if I wanted to, I could easily write notes on my phone.
Well, I've got notes.
Um,
Speaking of notes,
See right there, I got some. What's it say?
Did Nick send in a sick note for tonight?
did we
that's,
hear anything? Still nothing from him?
Still nothing from Nick. He's probably
Nothing.
being a husband somewhere. It's kind of ridiculous. It's
Sneak.
probably true.
It's overrated.
in the spirit of
Or
hockey
no.
doing things before he forgets them, can I interject a topic real quick before I forget?
Maybe.
Boy. I would like that.
All right. And Sneak, I think you'll appreciate this. More games need photo mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never use it.
Sneak, I find myself becoming somewhat addicted to photo mode in Fallout 76.
It's a good one. 76
am-
was good.
Fucking thoroughly enjoying stumbling across something and going, oh shit, hey, wait a minute, I gotta get a picture of this.
Have you encountered Mothman yet?
If you were a good friend, you would know that I have a picture of Mothman on both Instagram and Twitter.
Wow.
Shots
I don't
fired.
generally look at much lately.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I funny story. I was wandering through the forest at night, both in game and in real life, which is somewhat eerie, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
When you're walking through the forest of Appalachia at night with headphones on, the ambient sound is just fucking great.
Scared me now.
And I was walking through, and I happened to look over to my right. I had never seen him before, and I happened to look over to my right, and I just saw these two fucking eyes, man. These just red eyes, just fucking staring at me.
Yep.
Well, no, what it was is I was sneaking, so I got the little. It said danger up top, so I was like, oh fuck, and as I was scanning around me, I saw him. And I was like, oh, it's fucking Mothman. What do I do? And then I remember, oh, fucking dumbass, get a picture first before you do anything else. Because I went back and read after I saw him kind of how you deal with him. But in my mind, it was Mothman, so he was immediately going to teleport over and fucking bite me in half. Apparently, that's not what he normally does. And then I took a picture of him, and we stared at each other for a couple minutes. And then I just thought to myself, you know what? He's not fucking with me. He's 8 or 9 levels higher than I am at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave him alone. And I just went on about my business. But I got a really fucking cool picture out of it.
Neat. See, like, I found Mothman next to the lighthouse.
With
And
Doom Nugget and somebody else.
Was it the Wise Mothman or whatever it's called?
I'm not sure, but he didn't do anything but stand there and pose with us.
Yeah. And then as soon as we all snapped our picture, he disappeared.
Yeah, he just fucking like bolted. But it wasn't
'Cause
even
there's-
like wasn't even like a
what I
fight.
read, there's like 3 versions of him. There's Mothman, there's Stalker Mothman, and then there's Wise Moth or whatever he's called. And you actually run into him as part of a quest or an event, and he won't fight you.
It's probably one that we found then.
And then there's like a glowing Mothman.
Whichever one we found, he
Yeah.
was definitely intimidating and creepy.
Those red
And,
eyes at night.
Like
just
that's
kinda-
what's so cool too is like there's also sheep squatch. Have you run into a
Haven't
sheep
seen
squatch
him
yet?
yet.
So there's like a
Haven't
lot
run
of
into a
like
sheep squatch.
weird, like what do they call them? Xenobiology, something or other.
Well, and like the Grafton monster that you can run into relatively early on. This is all
that's-
shit that's based on folklore from
Right.
the area.
Yeah, that thing looks like 2 giant fists.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or like a ball sack that's hanging from the earth,
Yeah.
upside down. You
But
know?
no, Bacon, you're right. Those red eyes, man, just they
Fucking
fucking
Mothman's eyes at night. Well,
Yeah.
Imagine playing that in the dark with just your headphones on,
That's exactly what I was doing.
and
I
it's
mean-
at night in the game.
Yeah,
That would
I
scare the shit
mean,
out of me.
my wife was asleep. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I was up just grinding away at Fallout. I had all the lights off, had the headphones on, and yeah, it was weird because it was like as soon as I turned around and saw him, I don't know if it actually happened or if it was just my mind fucking with me, but it seemed like just all the ambient noise fucking stopped.
Oh yeah, it does.
Right, and we're just sitting there fucking
Looking at each other,
you know.
Yeah, Mothman's no joke, dude. Like he's like that's kind of what's so cool about the way that they incorporated that into the game because they let them kind of live in their own folklore. Like they don't try to do anything to them. They just kind of allow them to be there as
The
themselves.
Appalachians right here.
It's actually a super good game, and I'm looking forward to getting some more gameplay into that one. I just need. I've discovered that if I play that game by myself, I just want to go play Fallout 4. So
Fallout
like
76 is what we're talking about.
yeah, Fallout 76.
Well,
But
fuck, man, I'm gonna be on it over the next 2 days, dude. If you want to jump in, man, let me know.
we'll see what happens. Shit's gonna get crazy at work these next couple weeks for me, so
No, I hear that.
I'm not sure what's up. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. Apparently,
Bacon. Sorry. Sneak wasn't here. What happened to your hand?
Sneak already knows.
yeah, I was making fun of him the night he got home
Alright.
from the hospital already.
Yeah,
Like,
Sneak, and who was the other person who knows?
pardon the
Hockey.
pun, but I
Yeah,
got a few
hockey.
jabs in already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to my hand?
Jack
My
was
wife,
wanting to know.
my wife asked me to do something twice, so
Oh,
she didn't even go.
Well,
Cut your hand?
wow.
She just went straight for the knife and said, "Do it."
Oh,
Slap.
boy. Wow.
No, I cut myself while I was working. So
Oh, Steve's in the Matrix.
Good.
Steve, Matrix. Did
And
he
for
take-
those of you that don't know, did red pill or blue pill, Steve?
I don't remember. This is in tribute to Dave, who was not
My
able to
mic
do it.
cut out. You know how it's being crappy?
He cut himself at work.
It cut out as soon as he started talking.
Yeah, he cut himself
I
at
hate it
work.
when that happens.
It's he's got a couple stitches right in here.
If you and your friends would all watch our show after, you'll be able to find out what happened to him.
Yeah,
No,
for
I don't know if it's against terms of service to show
It's
that
not.
kind of stuff.
No,
Nah,
nah.
it's not nudity. I mean, unless you showed your meat.
Yeah, well.
I can
So,
even make a little strip show of it.
Yeah, take it off.
Oh damn! Where's my damn popcorn?
I'm not feeling anything.
Nah, doesn't do it for me. Canned.
Huh?
Someone in Kentucky registered to vote.
No, not
Fuck
registered to
her.
vote.
Yeah. What?
It
Yeah. What
was,
is this thing here? What? Tell me about this.
There's Tupac Shakur lives in Kentucky,
He does.
and he filed for unemployment.
That's what it was.
That was it.
After it has went national. This news has. The governor on his next daily briefing was like, "Y'all don't need to be doing this. This is childish and just like bashing. You don't need to be pranking. This is
Yeah.
just stupid."
Don't write stupid names in here, you idiots. We're trying to get people
Right.
fucking paid.
We're trying to move on with this. Let's not do this in the future. So
And
then
then
this
when
guy's
behold-
like, "What the fuck, man? That's my name." Obviously, I don't go by Tupac for that reason. He actually goes by Malik. And the governor reached out to him and did apologize, and it was hilarious.
Called out Tupac, and then Tupac showed up.
Right.
Only
And
in
he's
Kentucky.
actually he's a cook.
Can we say that that's Kentucky man? Like, you guys are always about the Florida man, but that's obviously a Kentucky man thing, right?
Like he was doing his shit and he was trying, and the governor's like, "No, bitch."
I
That is
could
totally a
easily
prank.
see that happening in Florida, Sneak.
Probably wouldn't even make the news here. Another Tupac Shakur.
Right. Like, fuck it, that's just a Tuesday. What are we worried about?
So far, we're
Now
up to
all
4-Pac now. This is 4-Pac Shakur.
And they're all like coming out of the woodwork and shit.
That's my real name! Oh, God.
Say I
When
ain't
you
got
do-
money.
I
When
thought
you
that was
turn
funny,
the
though.
When you turn the news on, you just hear "Dear Mama" as soon as it starts.
That's like so, like, I don't know, man. People name their kids weird shit, right? Like,
Gwyneth Paltrow naming her daughter Apple.
an apple, yeah. Then
Northwest.
yeah, Northwest.
Northwest.
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea? Yeah, there you go. Jesus.
Catelias. Oh shit! I love those names. Just find that list and just go through the whole. damn
You would
thing.
imagine that the whole Tupac Shakur thing came from someone naming their kid after.
After Tupac, yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, this person's probably like 35 by now, and
Not even.
yeah, like
Actually, you're really 35 for real.
probably is. Like, can you imagine the kids that are going to grow up in the next 20 years? And their name's going to be like Quarantina.
Quarantine.
Yes.
There
Okay.
is one called name Corona.
Corona,
and
a lot of
one named
Coronas.
COVID
Yeah,
or
that's
something like that.
that's kind of like
Already?
there's people that name their kids after like all the Game of Thrones people.
Khaleesi?
Yep, Khaleesi.
Before
Aria.
the last episode.
Yep. And then the last episode it's like, oh, she's a murderous bitch. Great, perfect, awesome.
Awesome. She's beautiful.
Name my kid after. I'm gonna protest this show because it
So
totally fucked that up for me.
Tupac in Kentucky lives in Lexington. Is 46.
Wow. Wow.
So he's
Wow.
not named after Tupac.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm very surprised at that.
That was just a popular name around that time, I guess.
Tupac Shakur.
He said, "I've been struggling for like the last month trying to figure out how to pay the bills." And he says, "I'm hurt. I'm really embarrassed and I'm shocked." Of course, I'm sure he had to like tone that shit down. He said, "I understand he's dealing with a lot. Mistakes happen." So he did seem like a pretty good sport about it, but he did say that he needed to apologize.
Shit, man. Tupac Shakur's alive, and guess what else, guys?
And he's living in
He lives.
Kentucky. In Kentucky.
This news blows that out of the water.
What you got?
What is it?
Aliens are real.
Oh, yes.
That,
I didn't
yes.
even pay attention to that.
No,
He's-
That was alien spacecraft, Steve. That's exactly what that was.
My sister-in-law and mother-in-law were talking about that tonight before the show. It's like, oh yeah, everybody's stuck in the house on quarantine. They released like these 4 videos.
The fucking X-File videos.
Right. Proving this shit, and then
Steve's gonna go watch them. Bye, Steve.
Nobody gives a shit. Like, nobody's made a big
This year has been so fucked up that the government finally said, this is when we can put this out there
Get rid
and not have to worry about repercussions.
Release the alien videos.
Well, that's what it is. This is just a disease from aliens. That's what it is.
They put out the latest Doja Cat video, and everyone's like, "Don't they know that's an alien? That's alien." Oh,
Yeah.
they released the other alien video. Oh, the other
Shapeshift.
ones.
Oh yeah.
The other ones, right?
Shapeshifters.
Oh, that Doja Cat though.
Oh boy.
I don't even know. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the topic for another show. We definitely did get through Tupac Shakur, and I know like people are gonna name their kids weird shit, but that's gotta be a hard one to live with.
Yeah.
Yeah. UFOs though, Steve, do you think aliens exist? Simple yes or no will suffice.
No comment.
Thanatos, aliens, yes or no?
Yes.
Can't.
Are we going to be able to expound on that, or are we cutting it off at yes or no?
We're just gonna see where it goes first. Can says
Yes.
yes. Bacon.
Yeah.
Anyone in chat? Aliens, yes or no?
I do believe in aliens.
Aliens, yes or no?
I draw my line at flat Earth, though.
Yeah.
You gotta draw your line somewhere, I guess.
Look, people are being pushed over the edge right now.
Right now.
Get your own joke, motherfucker. I posted that yesterday.
I jumped on that shit like white on rice.
Steve, I'm
look here, Dane
I'm gonna
Cook.
circle
Calm
back.
down.
I'm gonna circle back to Steve here. What's the hang up here?
Jaywalk and Mixer says yes.
Thanks. Actually, there is no hang up. I am going to go with yes because I'm getting to the age of where nothing surprises me. And
Not because
2020
you've
I don't
seen
even-
some shit, but just
No.
because it's a possibility.
Not that, and the fact that we think they might be friendly aliens, I think we're kidding ourselves. They could actually show up in 2020 and
Yeah,
wipe
no.
us out. And
Yeah,
we
no.
would have-
This is
The way
this is
this
the
is
fucking year for
going-
it.
The way this is going, Independence Day is about to
It
happen.
is the fucking year for it.
So,
I think that's the only thing that can save us, to be honest with you.
We're about to hear the Imperial Death March.
Well, I'm just wondering where
I'm okay with
Thanatos
that.
wanted to
I'll
take us.
join
'Cause
this. I'll join the Imperial Navy.
anything to get
No,
rid of that
I
wife
just-
and kids, huh? Okay, it's fine.
I feel like there's too much out there, guys. I mean, there's too much out there, and it is extremely arrogant for us to think that we are the only intelligent life.
That's arrogant.
they're-
Just think we're intelligent life to begin
I
with.
wish one of us would have
Yeah, right.
said no so we could have challenged
How
that.
Carl Sagan.
How about sentient life? There you go. We
There's,
have feelings.
it's way too big out there for us to realistically think that there's not something out there. And I'm not saying that, like, you know, when we say, oh God, Thanatos is a fucking weirdo, and I'm not
We
saying
already
little
say that.
gray men that fuck you. I just
No,
yeah,
there's space
there's
worms
just-
and shit.
there's too much out there for us to be the only living beings in the universe. I can't believe that.
So,
Those
who
space worms are what makes the black holes.
who has watched the Alien series? You guys just watch Aliens?
I have.
Yeah, of course.
Steve, you've never watched Aliens?
No, I watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind just the other weekend. and
Oh,
I
yeah?
thought that was interesting. Him climbing
Dude.
up to Devil's Peak there and
Absolutely, yeah.
Devil Tower.
The
sorry.
original
I
Alien
like his
is
fucking
one of the
Potato Mountain. That was my
greatest
favorite part.
cinematic fucking. You've got to watch the original. I don't give a shit if you watch the rest of them, but you've got to watch the original Alien, man. Like 40 years later, it's still one of the greatest films ever made.
It actually is one of the best horror films I think that that came out of that time time frame.
Definitely.
I love how they took Aliens and Predator and found a way to bring them together.
Yes, but those
Aliens was better.
they did those movies dirty. Okay,
Who did?
the Alien versus Predator movies.
Oh yeah, those.
They did those dirty.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
just like how
They
they done
could've
Freddy versus
So much
Jason.
better.
All right, like there's a certain point where you gotta like stop watching shit, guys. You have to have like self-respect and like stop watching the shit.
No, because it was a great.
What is
comic.
this? What is this self-respect you speak of?
We watched
Yeah.
Joe Dirt last weekend, so what are you talking
That's
about?
that's a classic. That's a fucking great fucking movie.
It's a fucking classic.
Well, we wouldn't
Five
watch
stars,
Joe
man, dig it.
Joe Dirt 14, you know. We wouldn't go see Joe Dirt 14.
I would go watch Joe Dirt if it came back in
Speak for
theaters.
yourself. Oh fuck yes.
See, but like, would you go watch Joe Dirt 5, Joe Dirt versus the volcano? Right? Like is that something that you think you'd find yourself?
Has that come out yet?
No. No.
I haven't even seen Joe Dirt 2 because I
I'm going
knew.
to see Corky Romano 15 tomorrow.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
Romano.
Like you can watch the good ones, but don't go fucking around with like with the bullshit. Like American Psycho 2. You ever heard of that?
Oh god,
No.
that was so fucking bad.
Wasn't even a
Yeah.
movie. It was just like a softcore porn with
Yeah.
Mila Kunis in it.
Now, okay, that's a different topic for a different show.
Just saying, it's worth a watch if you don't think it's American Psycho.
It's worth a watch if yeah, different show. Just
Right.
leave it at that.
Me personally, I like to watch all kinds of shit, including actual shit.
See, but you're
Like,
also the kind of person who's going to drink the bacon flavored soda just to see what it tastes like. The rest of us know it's fucking garbage, and we avoid it
Right.
like the plague. But you're the person who's going to buy it and try it.
What about the ranch?
Right. So then I'm also the same person that's like, fuck, this tastes like shit, but I spent my money on it, so my ass is gonna drink it because I'm not gonna waste my money.
Nope. See, I would have avoided wasting my money by not buying it.
Yeah.
I ended up throwing half of that shit away. And it
I
hurt
would
me
probably,
inside.
you probably killed any of the small creatures that lived anywhere close to wherever that trash ended up. You're probably,
It was a hotel.
there was like a family of rats that lived in the dump who thought that was a good idea to drink that stuff, and they're probably all dead now.
Canned,
alright.
I got your back on this one because look, sometimes your need to know just has to be satisfied.
And it was bacon.
I get it.
No.
There's no way in
Not that
God's
bacon.
green earth that you're
Nothing-
ever gonna find bacon in a soda and or drink that tastes good.
Don't you tell me
Okay,
what I
so
baked.
Don't drink bacon. Why am I telling you guys this?
Don't tell Bacon whether or not he tastes good. Damn it.
That's not. That's
Um,
not it.
Look,
So
You guys are
the
way
first
far
couple
off.
drinks wasn't bad. It was after.
No,
do
it
y'all
was.
remember
It was all
imagine
bad.
years
That
ago?
fake bacon flavor is shit. You
Now,
know,
if it was real bacon, it'd be totally different.
Do y'all
Oh,
remember
boy.
years ago when Burger King did the bacon sundaes?
it was awful.
See, hold on. That's.
It was fucking
Oh,
amazing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
See, that's
I
different.
love
That's
those
hold
things.
on though. But like, that's different because you're just adding bacon to something, right? Like
Well,
you're
I
not
had-
like
it was
flavoring something as if it
It
were
was a
bacon.
sundae. It was a legit sundae that they put chocolate syrup on and then put bacon pieces in it, and it was actually
Yeah.
pretty fucking good.
It
Didn't
was
they-
bacon, but
didn't they
here's
have
here's
a-
here's my point though. The opposite side of that would be like, it was bacon flavored ice cream, right? Like then it would be a fucking disaster. I wouldn't even fucking think to try that nasty shit.
like baconaise.
Yeah, I can get on board with that too because
Right.
it's like
if you're just sprinkling some
It-
bacon
it-
on it, I'll give it a try. You know,
yeah,
like
it'd be
sure.
like
Yeah.
potato chip flavored. I don't know, whatever. It's like I like bacon and I like ice cream, but that doesn't mean I want one to taste like the other.
Yeah, you can
Right.
add bacon to ice cream all day.
Have you ever dipped your bacon in syrup?
Of course.
Amazing.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
I've had chocolate covered bacon and it's amazing.
Had a Wisconsin
But it
Dells,
was
same.
actual
Same,
bacon,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
imitation bacon.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
was
big
real
difference.
bacon.
Wow.
Whenever it's real bacon, it seems like it's a never fail. But if it's the imitation bacon, it's just a bad idea.
It's a like you can tell a difference if you're having like bacon pieces on your salad versus like Bacos.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, it would
Damn,
be.
you busted out the Save-A-Lot brand.
I got you, bitches. I got you.
If you base
Oh shit! Speaking of basic, someone else got some basic person did something else basic on their basic Twitch channel, and basically was more basic than the basics.
But that has died down, has it not?
Well, of course it has, because nothing happened. What's up, Inevitable? Also, Radio Fish. Also, P-Pops for the host. All you guys out there in chat, hello. We are just going at it right now, so hopefully you're keeping up, because we're just fucking nailed it.
Are you referring to Alinity again?
I'm referring to the Alinity problem that we had.
Yeah.
Alinity.
I'm actually very
The problem-
surprised that it died down as fast as it
The problem
did.
isn't Alina's titty. The problem is just Alinity, period.
It's
I
because
think
of
that's
quarantine.
the fucking problem.
I don't think it's her anymore. I think that most people have finally graduated to the level that it should have been discussed at to begin with, which is, thanks to Neville for the host, which is, why is she still broadcasting here? Right? Like, the first few fuck-ups, I get it. I think everyone gets it. If you are a partner streamer who makes money for the platform, they're going to be, like, a little bit more lenient on you because you're a fucking moneymaker. And that's how that works. And that's how business works. That's how the world works. If you don't believe that, then you're a fucking idiot. That's how the world works. Money talks, bullshit walks. And regardless of what piece of clothing or body or thing she's done to her cat, dog, vagina, breast, it's all coming from a moneymaker.
Sorry.
Did you mean cat, dog, vagina as in three separate things, or were you referring to one thing?
It was all those. It was all those
cat
things.
dog in the making.
Steve says I'm wrong, and I'm ready to talk.
You know, there's a certain thing that we can do to stoke along the chat, and I think anytime you can tell Sneak that he's wrong or he's wrong on Friday night, I think we can start some fires and get some stuff going.
My whole thing is,
where's your nipple?
she did that, so she should be, slap on the wrist. You can't stream for 2 weeks, something like that. Like, hey, take a break.
No.
She was banned for like 24 hours.
She should be banned for a month. Like I said, let the people who subscribe to her have to do something else.
Right.
That's the way I still believe that
I can see where that would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. Because then
I feel like where Sneak was going the first time, the first mistake, okay, whatever, let it go. She is a moneymaker, fair or not, right or wrong, like you said, Sneak. That's the way of the world.
Yep.
Right. You bring in money, you're certain things are going to be excused. This is what, at least the fourth, maybe fifth time.
Dude, just since I've been hearing about her, it's the fourth thing.
At some point, even a month isn't going to be. I mean, there has to be action. If you continually violate TOS, at some point, something's got to be done.
I agree.
Or nobody's going to take Twitch fucking seriously.
I agree. And, like, if you let that slide, then obviously there's other things that are going to slide as well. But also, I mean, but, like, that's the thing is, like Hickerpilly said, he didn't see no boob, only nip color, which is funny. But the thing is like, the nipple is what they don't want you to see. So it's not about the rest of the boob, it was that part of it. So she could have had, like, just a shirt with a nipple cut out, and that would have still gotten her in trouble. The fact of the matter is that this is the third or fourth offense that I've heard of in the last year. And one of them was animal abuse, and the other one was, what was the other one? Did she have her dog, like, lick her crotch or something? Is that
Mounting her or something?
Yeah, she let the dog hump her on stream. Something with her dog.
Gross.
I don't know. I don't watch the girl. I don't know.
I ordered a pizza after watching that.
She's the one who threw her cat, yeah. And it's like, each of those things, in and of themselves, should result in some sort of punishment, but I don't think you should kick her off the platform. No. But at this point, after so many things, after so many violations, you either kind of have to either say, like, well, we're doing what we want with her, because of who she is, or we're gonna stick with terms of service here and follow through on a
I
permanent
can't believe
solution.
how pissed off people were about her nipple color.
Oh, well, that
That went
is
to a whole new place.
right. That is, to me, that's like those same motherfuckers out there constantly talking about how ladies need to be body positive are the same ones fucking knocking her for not being body positive. Like, that's not.
Exactly.
I think that's horseshit, and I think that's fucking
Yeah.
And that was the other part. It went too far.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe how
Yeah.
many people cut the pictures out and had it made all
Yeah.
kinds of things online. And you go, okay, what are you actually trying to push for at this point now that you've done that? So
Yeah, Can's talking to his chat. Bat Cargo wants to hear a song called Ram Ranch, which to me sounds like a porn move. I'm not well versed in those, but what is body positive? It's all those ladies out there who are trying to say that they're like supporting women for being women and men for being men and being happy with who you are and all the, like forward facing positive movements that you've seen. All these fucking people who are now calling this girl pepperoni nipples.
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Right? Like that's not you can't speak out of both sides of your mouth like that.
You lose all credibility when you start doing that and
Yeah.
you start sharing and retweeting that stuff because what are you standing for?
Exactly. Yeah, this person did something wrong and you're allowed to have an opinion on it, but don't like sacrifice your own values in order to say something about it. Like, I like a good meme just as much as the next guy, but if you're doing it at like the cost of your dependability, your fucking brand, you're like using your, I don't even know.
Well, not only that, you're still ultimately talking about another human being
Right.
who could have made a mistake.
Who
Not that I
obviously
believe
did.
She did.
If you watch the video, I can't tell if it was on purpose or not, but the fact of the matter is that it wasn't intended to be like she's putting anything on to show, right? Like she wasn't
Yeah.
like flaunting anything. Even if she did it on purpose, it was there for like half a second, and she reacted as if it was not intentional.
It's one of those things, though, where I think the bulk of this, aside from the cat instance, because this isn't the first time there's been like an exposure thing with
Sure,
her.
yeah.
This is like the fourth time. I think most of them were accidental, but at the same time, after the fourth accident, questions are going to be asked. And it's like, how many times can you accidentally throw your junk out there for the world to see? And it's a
a
legitimate
lot, though,
question
like-
by 4 times.
Like, and I think that if your issue is like you're having problems with your wardrobe, then they're not going to kick you off the platform for that ever. Like I don't think ever are they going to say you're done permanently. You can't stream here because we've seen your nip 3 times. Like, I don't think that that's one of those things where that's going to be a violation of terms of service because now you're gone. I think that's just more along the lines of like, we need to reinforce this so you stop showing people your private parts. Right? Like, I don't know if you're able to say, like 3 strikes and you're out. Like I don't know if they even have that kind of program behind the scenes in the terms of service department. I have no idea what they're doing. There's no
Well, I'm
consistency.
sure they
None of us
can.
know. Sure, they could, but like the idea is like, is there one team? Is there a bunch of teams? Are there people divided out amongst regions? Do they have different time zones? Like, how do they run these types of programs? And then what is essentially, their metric for what is and isn't an issue? That's everyone's problem, is that there's no real definable guidelines. It's all a case by case basis because there's probably just one person working one problem.
Right.
And that's where it's less about her and what she did wrong and more about the integrity of the platform as a whole, like what you can and can't expect. Why is she still streaming? She shouldn't be streaming on Twitch, but
I just want the same rules on the platform for everybody.
yeah.
I want the same treatment for everybody.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, but that's and
That's
I
unrealistic.
think it's unrealistic. And anybody who thinks it's ever going to be that way, it's just unrealistic. That's not how it works. She, you come over here and I'm still on Mixer, so Ninja, Shroud, these guys, if they fuck up and do something and it's the same thing I fuck up and do, Mixer doesn't give a shit about me, so I'm gonna pay a heavier price than those guys are. That's just the reality of it.
Right.
I've complained about your streams multiple times, and nobody takes notice. So,
And yeah,
How would you know? You're never in any of them.
Well, no, because
See,
it's
Don't need to
ridiculous.
be in them to complain about them.
Exactly.
That's true, Bacon. That's true.
Hickerbilly's right though. Like they have done 3 strikes and you're out, but they haven't done that for everybody, and it's not always going to be the same issue or the same type of issue. They may do 3 strikes on nudity for one person, but then do 8 strikes for nudity on another person. I have no idea what kind of what keeps them consistent between.
Well, look at the body painters and how they are constantly being knocked offline.
Yeah.
So,
So the 3 strikes you get suspended. Ooh, back cargo. Welcome to the neighborhood.
I don't know if saying that Alinity has power. What she has is she has an asset for Twitch, and that's that she makes them money.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
She makes them money.
Somebody had hacked into my account and went into and posted some random links to bad sites. And I was banned from Twitch for a while. That's why I'm actually here on Mixer.
You got in trouble?
I did. I got banned for some bullshit, and
we didn't know that about him. Did you know that about him, Snake?
No, I didn't. I think I'm gonna have to reevaluate my dossier
I'm
here.
a little bit
you
disturbed.
should.
Gotta update
should.
I
that.
don't think I could be friends with you.
I'm ban worthy.
I need you to go hang out with Alinity and leave me alone. Thanks.
I'll make all the monies.
We wouldn't see his nipples anyways. They're behind that beard.
Maybe that's the solution to her problem. She just needs to grow her beard
Part
out.
my beard, like Alanis Morissette.
Oh man,
I
yeah.
don't fucking know. I
Money.
don't know.
It comes down to money. I personally, I don't think that you should be banned from the entire platform for small violations. That kid that got drunk and shot his gun, he should be gone and stay gone, and he probably shouldn't come back ever.
Dangerous.
But when it's repeated small violations, Sneak, doesn't it at some point, don't you have to start to think, well, I don't give a shit about the TOS and the rules that are in place by the company that sends me money every month. At some point, you have to look at it as from a standpoint of she just doesn't give a fuck. Right? I'm not going to say she, I'm going to say somebody, because again, I don't know that it's all intentional with her, but at some point, you've got to think maybe Twitch is going to say, well, we're tired of you not giving a shit about the rules we have in place.
And I can see where, like, definitely, like, in a perfect world, I would prefer that to be the method that, everyone is treated fairly and we all have the same chances, and people are, they follow through on like what they say they're going to do, but at the same time, like, that's not where we are.
No, I understand that's not where we are, but what I'm saying is you're saying in one sentence you say she shouldn't be, but then in the other sentence you're turning right around and saying, well, yeah, that's how it should be. Do you think at some point, if Twitch were to say, okay, we're done, we're not going to deal with this anymore, Alinity, bye, is Twitch in the right there, in your opinion?
Yes, that's kind of my point, is that if it was just little things where there was a wardrobe malfunction 1 or 2 or 3 times, maybe, no big deal. Tell her she can't stream for this period of time. Tell her she needs to make better choices wardrobe wise. Let it be more of a teaching, more of a like, let's figure this out together kind of issue. But if it's like you fling your cat over your head 5 times in a row, and you have the nip slips, and you have the vag meat hanging out, like, if all this is happening, there's obviously the disrespect that you're talking about that reaches that level, and then that's when she's done. But it has to be case by case.
Right. No, I agree. And you brought up the guy on Twitch that fired the weapon. I mean, look, Alinity's titty probably doesn't run the risk of killing anybody. Mr. Say I Ain't Got Money, you know,
Right.
that could have been a fucking disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it comes down to the punishments, like we talked about.
Right.
If you're gonna deal with her, hurt her where it will hurt with her subscribers, and send her subscribers somewhere else for a month.
Right. I think that would be the best way to go about it. Would be a way to fuck with her money stream. Be like, well, guess what? This whole next month of subscriptions are going to be refunded.
Mm-hmm.
Or even let her stream, but don't give her the option to have subscribers.
We've turned off monetization for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I think that would be even worse, knowing that she's out there streaming. If she chose to do so,
Right.
she might not even choose to stream.
I just want to be clear. Like, I didn't bring the topic up because I think they're doing the right thing, or I think that I know better than them because I have no fucking clue. That's like half of what I'm saying is there's no consistency, so no one really knows what the fuck is fair or isn't fair, or what happens behind the scenes. No one has any idea. But I also think that people need to understand too that there's literally there's millions of people streaming out there, and you're going to get some nip slips, and you're going to get some minor term of service violations that shouldn't follow you around for your entire career.
I haven't had a nip slip yet, just to put that
I
out
gotta
there.
stop watching you guys.
Maybe that's why hockey's not in any of my streams.
Maybe you need to
just
show
real
more
quick-
nip.
Yeah.
Real quick, Back Cargo on Mixer asked, "You guys got a podcast? Do you still put this on podcast?" Or
I mean,
it
this is
just
on YouTube. Yeah, this is on. It's like a YouTube playlist, and
It's a full series.
I honestly I would need to get a new computer if I wanted to like start ripping these down to podcast because it's already taken like
A lot.
almost 4 hours to upload these videos to Facebook.
But
And
what else are you doing?
what do you mean?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. Sorry. Never mind. Carry on.
You mean besides everything else?
Oh,
Uh,
sorry. I didn't realize that was sensitive. Sorry.
See, but like Hickory, like that's the thing is like I would rather those perverts hang out in her stream anyways, right? Like if they're here for that content, they know where to find it, right? Like let the perverts give the money to the girl who's willing to have perverts' money. Like that's how the world works. I can't stop that whether it's on Twitch or like you said, donated directly or OnlyFans or she finds I don't know, some sort of other Patreon, like however she does that, like that's on her. But I think that the issue is you want it to be where you can trust Twitch to make the right decision, even if it maybe takes them longer than you want it to take. Eventually, you know, the platform needs to make a more detailed stance on like how they're dealing with people. That's just what it comes down to.
I want Twitch to babysit my children and do the right thing on every incident.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's never gonna happen, Steve. You need
But
to
that's
go
what I
find.
want.
You need to go find like Netflix Kids and to turn your
How
kids
did
loose
The
on
Witcher
that.
get onto Netflix Kids? Jeez.
Oh no! Speaking of Steve here, Steve, you just called yourself out in the middle of all this. You posted a hideous photo in our Discord earlier today,
Yes.
and
Yes, I
I'm gonna show people that photo. Actually,
You know what? I want you to show people that photo.
it
That's
actually
alien footage.
And I don't want anybody to say anything about it. I want some honesty.
it actually hurt me to see this. I don't know if you guys
know.
While you're trying to post that, can I say what I've absolutely the best thing that's happened to me all week? While you're busy
Yes.
searching for that, I haven't
yeah.
been able to find these tissues in over a year.
Are you thankful for some tissues?
Yes,
Nice. No one can see those because I have a big pile of octopus cables on
they
screen
can
right
see
now.
it on. They can see it on can.
Oh
sheet,
yeah,
on
sorry.
cans.
Yes, they
on.
can. Ye old wire monster says radio fish. That's exactly what it is. But I think Steve, he's gonna make a point, and we're gonna all follow him to it.
Well, I actually have. This is out of one of my drawers, and you'll see the RCA plugs in there. You'll
Yeah,
see
red,
actually
yellow,
probably a gold-plated S video cord in there too.
I see a couple coaxials in there. You got those weird
Exactly.
fucking. That's a mouse.
Yeah.
That one's a mouse right there.
And I think I have like one of those wireless remote transponders where you put one on the TV and one inside the cabinet. I think that's lying in
Yep.
there too.
Yep.
I just want some honesty, and I want people to talk about how many bundles of
It's
these
in-
they have in their houses. I have 2.
Which one?
You have
It's in
two
the-
of these wire monsters.
Fancy schmancy Discord.
I have 2 of those wire
It's in the show
that
notes.
one.
It's in the show
Yeah.
notes of this week's
Yeah.
show.
I have 2 of those, and you know the thing, you could grab that whole bundle and throw it
Melt
out
down.
and be like, okay, well
Scroll to the bottom.
that's fine.
that.
There'll be one day where I'll be, I need an S video.
Yeah, I need that cable. I
Let
need
me
it.
see. Can I find that
See here,
video?
so here's the thing for me though, right? Like, I used to have one of those, and it wasn't half that bad, and they were all mostly together nicely, but there was a couple of them that were a little loose and they got a little wrapped up. But the thing is like, I got rid of it when we moved.
Everybody at some point, if they've had any amount of technology in their home, has had one of those rat's nests. My wife threw mine away 3 years ago, and I'm still pissed about it.
Yeah, I threw my own
It
away.
was 2 good 50-foot extension cords. That was the bulk of the problem.
Oh. Should have wrapped
You
them
won't
better.
have that problem if you put it.
She fucked
in a
it up in the
box.
first place.
If you wrap it up nicely, Steve, it doesn't end up like that.
Well, I
Bread
have
ties.
the other one's in a box.
Bread ties. This whole conversation can be used 2 ways, including bread ties.
Wow.
Yeah, you can tie
Most
many
of our
of those together
conversations
and
can get
restrain
bacon.
a lot of things.
We're gonna bring our conversation to a
Ahead.
new topic here, guys.
Oh, sorry.
It's time for some beefs. Anybody got some beefs?
I
Any
got a
beefs this week?
I got a beef.
Steve's
I
got a beef.
was
Steve's
sitting in my
always got a
chair.
beef.
Good.
I was watching a movie and I thought to myself, you know what? The guy's been talking about microphones and talking about how good they sound, and Sneak showed off his sound mixer and made himself sound all bassy and stuff. I'm gonna search for mixers on Best Buy. And also in the show notes, I posted a picture of the mixer that came up when I searched on Best Buy, and I don't think it's gonna help the stream.
That's the
but it's
wrong
gonna
mixer, Steve. That'll make biscuits and cake,
It'll
maybe.
make one hell of a cake for us, but I thought it was funny, and I thought the guys would get a kick out of this. That was my attempt at searching for mixers.
I mean, they are nice. They
Yeah.
have quite a few attachments, and
I think I'm gonna get the red one. It will look really good on stream.
Absolutely
I
will.
got that red one, and I only paid $20 for it brand new. So,
It is a nice looking mixer, Steve.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will do what I need it to.
So that's your beef? Is that you found the wrong mixer?
That the search engines on some of these sites are
Ah.
absolute garbage.
Gotcha.
Well,
My
it
beef.
found what you searched for.
It's true.
you have to type audio mixer because
I mean, nobody else was going to say it, but if you typed in mixer in a search bar, it's going to bring up that or my stream or, you know, a sound mixer.
Obviously, places you've never been before.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it is
Fucking
my
Catalina
stream, but it
wine
bring
mixer.
it up.
Yeah, the wine mixer. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my beef.
Any
That's
more
my
beefs? Someone got a beef? No beefs.
No, I have no beef.
I have a beef.
I have beef.
Anybody in chat have a beef? Get it typed up.
I have a beef with the
Beef.
entire fucking state of Florida.
Damn,
Oh, how about-
the
how
whole
about
state
entire-
sneak.
I mean, I don't want to take. I can't take responsibility for the whole U.S., but I can definitely take responsibility. Right now, I've got beef with the entire state of Florida. It is not time to open the beaches. It is not time to invite the rest of the country back here for tourism. It is not time to reopen the state.
No,
It's not.
no. I mean, I live in an area where cases are trending upward. You know,
Same.
and Dallas County, some like 60 miles away, just had its deadliest day as far as,
Same.
well, deaths.
Yeah, things are still getting worse here, and they're
and-
talking about opening it up.
And now everybody's going, oh, well, let's open shit back up. What?
Pip-Boy, I love you too, bud.
We don't have a vaccine. We don't have a cure. You've got to do some fucking Illuminati handshake dance to get tested. why are we opening shit back up now? This is fucking stupid.
It is.
Look,
It
I
is.
just
So
admitted that this is a problem, and now they're trying to fucking open the state back up. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, Sneak finally came around to this not being bullshit, and everybody wants to try to go back to business as usual.
Hickabilly wants his divorce papers to come through, but COVID's stopping it, and that I think is a legitimate beef as well.
It is.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
cargo said the government, but I mean that's like a huge umbrella.
I have a beef for COVID. How come I'm working my ass off? And I have been for 2 weeks with very little time off. Okay. I'm working my ass off and I'm
Hang on.
still making less than people on unemployment right now.
Bacon, this
I'm
is Bacon.
sorry, but I'm pissed.
He's over there talking next to Canned. And then
Yeah,
this
I
is
think it's
Thanatos. Over here, Thanatos.
Thanatos?
And this
No, wait,
this
no,
is
Thanatos.
Steve. Everyone say hello to Pip-Boy.
Hi, Pip-Boy.
Hello,
Pip-Boy.
Pip-Boy.
Is that Pit Boy? Hey, Pit Boy.
Pip-Boy's there.
Yeah,
It's just
put
a
up
cold.
the-
Sorry, it's definitely an issue, guys, and them opening up the state again is ridiculous. People like I understand, Bacon, that people right now on unemployment, maybe they're making a little more than you, but like you also work for the rest of the year and they've been unemployed. So like you have a job though, and like you have this thing called job security though, and like even though they shouldn't be making more than you, they are, and you just gotta deal with it. I'm sorry. So sorry.
It's
I mean,
bullshit. I'm
it is.
sorry, but
No,
it's fucking
that's-
bullshit.
I have a beef.
I would love to stay home and collect unemployment and shit. I'd love it. But I was talking with one of my boss's wife, and she talked to me about like the financial side of it. If the businesses close because of COVID-19, more often than not, those businesses are not going to be coming back.
Yep.
Because their bills are going to keep coming. It doesn't just go on pause because they're unemployed. But I don't know. Which I guess that's what the stimulus would try to curb, but it's not going to take it all away.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be like financial problems for a lot of folks for the next few months, and I know it seems like there's no way to get around it, but the fact of the matter is that everyone knows what COVID is, and everyone knows how it's impacting stuff, and it may be as more of a struggle to like get things figured out, but eventually things are going to get back on track.
Oh
and
God!
those people who are unemployed will remain unemployed while you still have a job. So it's hard. It's hard to see it that way, but. You know, it's better to be working than it is to be unemployed, I'm telling you. Radio Fish's girlfriend was off for a month, and she made more with the extra money than from unemployment than she normally would have.
Right, there's a lot of teenagers that are now unemployed and getting
Ridiculous amounts of money.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll never make this much money in their life.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of garbage going on with this COVID stuff, and I know that we don't want to focus too much on COVID, but it's come up every show because it's affected our lives. You know, each week it's different, and I think it's good to talk about it. And it's good to have a conversation, but you know, it's also good to have a little bit of perspective where, you know, shit's here now, but it won't be here forever. You know, things are gonna work out.
So since my state is opening up as well, May 11th, if I do not wear face masks, they can shut our business down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how it is with all the other states. And I'm trying to avoid the news as much as possible because, I mean, shit's shit.
And that
Why
kind
you
of
would
speaks
treat
to, I think, what I was saying. If we're saying, okay, well, we're going to open everything back up, but if you don't wear this fucking PPE, then we're going to shut you back down. Okay, well, then why the fuck are we opening back up in the first place?
We've been open the entire time. Like, one of the things that the governor was saying is that, like, construction will be opening up again. I don't know if you've been around, Mr. Governor. That shit hasn't stopped. I've been delivering to them fucks all this time.
Yeah.
But it's good, though.
Hickerbody said that his nieces, Jimmy John's, asked their employees to come back to work and they refused because of unemployment. That's it, though, right? Like, I mean,
That's a problem in Canada too.
yeah.
Yep.
Back
much
Cargo
money.
said,
Well, once
Back
the
cargo
shit
ad.
goes back to normal, they're gonna be like, "Can I have my job back?" And dude's gonna be like, "I replaced you with people who wanted to work."
Yep.
So
And once you're fired because he told you, he
Yep.
can go, I told him to come back,
yep.
and I have proof of it right here. So you can stop the
Oh.
unemployment right now.
Yep.
That actually happened here in Kentucky. We have a factory, Matulsa. They have overtime. It's not mandatory. You can give it off if you want to, but if you do and you get laid off, you were giving your work away, so you void getting unemployment. There was a shit ton of people that lost unemployment because of it, and now
Ouch.
most of the lines are now shut down.
Ouch.
Back Cargo asked, what made the government lose its mind? Pitboy said, Texas isn't being very smart about the whole thing either.
Yeah.
Believe
and
me, Pit Boy, I agree.
Here's the thing. I think that the smart people are gonna try and remain as much as they can under quarantine. Anyways.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
Mhm.
Obviously, like for me, so the county that I work in is not the same county that I live in, so the rules are a little different both places. But for the most part, you're allowed to have outdoor seating as long as it's spaced well, and you're allowed to open up 25% of your indoor seating. And my boss has chosen to open the outdoor seating, space them out nicely, but not to allow anyone indoors yet.
Yeah,
So
that's a good idea.
It is a good jump. I mean, it's a big jump because you went from no outdoor, no indoor to, all right, let's let them in again.
even then, it's like
Mhm.
they've not made us wear face masks. They've not had any sort of like mandatory wardrobe change of any kind. I know, like, you know, the place where I work is very, very clean. Anyways, hospital clean is their motto. Like with the way that we work, half our employees are cleaning at all times. There's always some cleaning happening. So we're very, very clean as it is. But they didn't come in and say we had to wear face masks. They didn't, you know, even like recommend PPE. They were like it was just like, you know, you're still open, but you can't let people sit inside. And that was it. So I mean, they're not doing a very good job anywhere. Hicker says that his sister is a CNA in a nursing home. There's a COVID wing, but she wasn't being paid for hazardous pay. And that's the thing, is like a lot of these places, man, like there's no one saying what is or isn't okay and what can and can't be regulated. There was a team for that. God, I forget what happened to that government team.
Yeah,
What was-
I can't.
Yeah,
I
what
can't
happened to that?
remember.
what are those guys doing now?
Most
Somebody
of the
got
time.
somebody got rid of them. Thought we wouldn't need them.
So
I
weird.
can't remember what happened
Yeah,
there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
so moving on. Space Jam 2, you guys? Space Jam 2?
No,
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 I'll
Fuck
watch
all
it.
you would.
you would.
We had this discussion earlier. I just gotta see
I'd
how the
rather-
fuck.
I'd rather watch Corky Romano 15.
Oh god, Space Jam 2. It's
mean,
called
I
A
don't think it'd be bad.
New Legacy.
Legacy
with-
of shit.
I'd
LeBron
rather watch a
James.
raccoon gnaw its own leg off. You know, no, I'm not.
See, but
No.
like, if you were like an 8-year-old kid who loved basketball, you'd be fucking down for that shit, right?
And then I'd make that kid watch The Last Dance and teach him some respectable Michael Jordan.
LeBron
and
ain't
then-
no Jordan.
Yeah.
Nah, shit, just
Oh.
watch Levin basketball.
If
I mean, in his who is?
listen, just don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch.
That leads
I'll
me
watch
to
it after it comes to
Straight to
Netflix.
video.
that leads me to my very last topic, and
my
I've been
math,
kind of saving
by
it
the
because
way.
I'm kind of sad about it. I think you guys know.
I love your emos there, Bacon.
You guys ready to get sad with me?
Hold on, let me turn on my violin music.
Take a deep breath, guys. Center yourself.
Okay, I'm not sure what this is about, so I'm gonna brace myself.
Someone leaked the
Lies.
ending of The Last of Us 2.
Oh no.
I have kept myself out of that news. I know about it, but nothing has been spoiled for me.
That's as far as I'm with it too.
Same.
I know about it now.
Yeah, well,
do not go
I-
on Twitter?
I only feel well, like, so I've been on Twitter a lot and I've avoided it, but I only feel like I feel really bad for the person who thinks that's a cool thing to do, number one, but for the developers the most. I think those guys put their heart and soul. Naughty Dog, they maybe even were doing some questionable practices with their employees to get the game out as quick as they did, but even so, like, that's got to be one of, like, just the most heart-wrenching things to happen is someone spoil your IP before it's even out.
Especially when you've had to move it for not reasons that were within your control.
Right, and I believe, I don't know how true this is, but I believe the leak came from someone who was a former employee.
That
No.
motherfucker.
I saw something about that today where they were not, but
Yeah.
I didn't dig deep.
I
enough
haven't looked
into it.
any deeper because I didn't want to know anything about it, so it's possible that you're right. Maybe it came out that they were not. But to me, like, that's like some of the lowest of the low shit you can possibly do. But if you are vigilant in your internet surfing and you take a little bit of extra time with your socials, you can avoid those types of things almost entirely. Twitter has a mute button where you can, like, put a phrase in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the word leak. You can put the word leak in there and never see a tweet with the word leak in it ever. Now you're going to avoid seeing me drinking my own pee, which would be terrible, but you would be able to filter that out if you wanted.
Find that other places though.
Yeah, that'll be cross-posted for sure. Inevitable. I bought this hat using the birthday money I got from Canned and Tam Tam. It was a $21 hat on the Microsoft Store. It's available right now. Just put in the code you get nothing off. I'm an
Hashtag
affiliate.
not sponsored.
I'm an affiliate with
Hashtag
Microsoft.
sponsored.
Just put in code you ain't getting shit.
Boy said Sneak's pee is unfiltered.
It is unfiltered.
Probably.
Much like everything else involving Sneak.
I only piss single
Unfiltered
malt
and
scotch,
sanitized.
actually.
Only piss excellence.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. So there was one more topic, but it was Nick's topic. We're gonna hold off on that one. Anybody in chat want to go over any of the stuff we already had a conversation about, or ask questions of your own? This is the part of the show we're gonna open it up and let you guys kind of lead us to the end. If nothing happens, we're just gonna shut the show down and come back with our after-hour show. It's completely up to whatever you guys want to do. Inevitable is talking shit about your white balance again. I'm trying to picture what it's like in the hockey in the locker room there with Hockey Steve.
Actually, you know what? This week I don't have my extra light, and Canned actually spent 4 hours with me before the show. You wouldn't know, Sneak. You weren't around.
Yeah, I was
And we
avoiding it.
We did multiple levels of chroma keys, and we did some amazing things. So I believe if I had another light, things would be okay.
I think
Don't know
you're
where
right.
we got that from, though. Multiple chroma keys. I totally ripped that from Sneak. He's like, yeah, just try this. I'm like, oh, perfect.
Yeah.
No, it actually works really well.
I refused to ask Sneak for help, so this is where we're at. And when I did try and adjust the white balance on my video settings on OBS, it actually started tearing apart what Canned and I had built, so I left it alone.
It will do that. If you have chroma key going on, like, you have to get the white balance right first and then do chroma key.
The thing I'm finding with OBS is I adjust the white balance every freaking time we go live, and it doesn't stay.
It's because you got to be adjusting it in your Logitech software, not OBS.
Yeah.
Like my Logitech, I flicked that fucking auto white balance today. And look at me.
Oh, God. No, don't. You have a face for radio.
Do not look in that corner.
Perfect color.
No, do not look in that direction. It's a trick.
You have a face for radio, as Steve said.
Radio face. I
Radio
did not
face.
say that. I did not say that. Exclamation mark
fucking
radio
net.
face.
That was fucking net, man.
Oh. Sorry, Radio
Oh,
Fish.
shit.
I didn't mean. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry.
If I ever get any buttons on my Twitch channel, I think there's going to be a radio face on there.
I have a button for you.
Yeah, well, hey, it works both ways.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then I just want to say, guys, we fucking nailed it tonight. I'm super stoked. I'm very excited about episode 20. We're halfway to 40. If we get to 40 and it still works, then we'll keep going.
So this was the Lift the Restriction show. Did anybody order a Blu-ray of this episode at all? You
Hopefully
know?
someone does.
They're $30.
I didn't see any pop-ups, so probably not.
Maybe
But
after once they realize what it was worth.
yeah. Well, they'll learn. They'll learn. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Fancy Schmancy Variety Show, episode number 20. It was a fucking blast. We're gonna come right back at you with the after show. Stick around, and we're gonna get loosey goosey. Maybe touch a pussy. I don't know. Whatever. Bye.
Oh shit! The thing is, whew,
Bye.
wow. No, you can't just run from that on Mixer over here.
Bye.